When I first ventured beneath the waves, I felt fear. Everything seemed like a potential predator. Your senses tell you there is danger all around. Everything's unfamiliar, and the unknown is a very real threat. You're a visitor in an alien world. And yet, if you persevere, you discover that beneath all of that, there's a boundless curiosity. In my last 2 months on the island of Bali, I spent most of my free time underwater. Frequent visits taught me the intricacies of this vast, moving palace of secrets. For me, this is the true treasure of the so-called island of the gods. One thing that astounded me was that there's weather underwater, sun, and cloud. I noticed how rain brought dirt in from the rivers. And the currents there are a mystical force like wind below the water. Some days they're calm, some days frenzied. And you never know what they'll bring in on the next tide. The thing that kept me coming back was that now and then I would spot some totally new and fascinating sea creature. I began learning their names, and the more I learned, the more I felt like I was visiting friends each time I dived. This is a great pufferfish. I always knew where to find him. A trumpetfish, unicornfish. Damselfish are always in large schools. These three are bannerfish. With knowledge and familiarity, the unknown becomes known. Your fear fades. Past that fear is connection. With time, I became comfortable swimming for longer, diving deeper and venturing further from the shore. I noticed that even the scarier animals were approachable and calm. And I often thought to myself that if we were to see as much wildlife as can be found here above ground, we would be totally mind-blown. Instead, for some reason, we take this all for granted. The harrowing thing is that, as is the case with the natural world in our lifetime, each of us are influencing this extraordinary paradise. You might not notice unless you spend 60 days underwater, but in that time, it became very clear to me that the unseen consequences of modern human life are the reality for the creatures who call this their home. The most profound consequence is the bleaching of coral reefs. This flattened, broken landscape is a coral graveyard. Nothing lives here. Coral lives within a very specific temperature range, and climate change is causing the ocean to warm up. It's supposed to look colorful, rich, and alive, but when it's bleached, it turns to rock like broken pieces. Coral reefs feed and shelter around a quarter of all sea life, and it's a crucial location for many baby animals to grow up. Once the coral dies, the effects will reverberate across the entire ocean. The ocean is not invincible, and in the Bali Sea it's very obvious that bleaching is already widespread. In my time underwater, I have felt incredibly blessed, but it's with a hint of sadness that I go to conclude this film. I feel compelled to make a request to each of you watching. Take time to reconnect with our beautiful world. Learn how you are changing our planet and what you can do to prevent that from happening. If you don't, this incredible wonderland will become a memory as distant as the dinosaurs for future generations. A world without these creatures I now call my friends would be a far less magical world. We have to hold on to what we have.